Look like we got a full house here. What's going on, everybody? Sorry about the delay, but I had something important to take care of. We'll get into that here in a moment. But first things first, we're gonna say hello to everybody that took a moment out of their precious time to join today. Let's see. So again, thanks so much for joining, guys. Let's see who we got. Deborah, of course. We got Sonia. Hey, we got Sheila. Like I always say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Oh, Sheila. We got AME Com. We got, who else we got here? We got Jay Sanders. We got Christopher McCandles. And let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me see here. Waiting on Mr. Hengst. Der Hengst, wo bist du dann? Let's see. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm going to take that as a yes. Okay, thanks, Sheila. Thanks so much, guys. So yeah, I appreciate your patience. I got no rush. I got nowhere to be. So I ain't going nowhere. We got a lot to cover. It's going to be a lot of fun. And what we're going to do today, we got a lot of stuff we're going to do. We're gonna go over some more of the products that that I sell. I hope you guys enjoyed the video that went up on Thursday, and I decided, you know what, I wanted to go back to the way I used to do. For some of you who followed me 50, 70 videos back, I used to do a lot where I would be in the parking lot, I would be unloading my car and showing you things. I thought, you know what, let me go back to that. And from the response, I want to say you guys like that, looking in the mystery van kind of as I unpacked and physically seeing the products with the price tags on them before I prep them and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know if you like that style. We'll do more like that. One of the things I had to do was make my protein smoothie, plant-based, of course. We got to talk about that, guys. That's very important. But before we do anything else, we are working class hustlers. And there's a certain mantra, a certain motto that we like to start with. So we're going to do that right now. Everybody, I can't hear you, and it doesn't matter. Repeat after me. Good things are supposed to happen to me. Say it again. Good things are supposed to happen to me. That's right, they are. That's the attitude. That's the mantra. That is the approach that we take when we do this thing that we call Amazon. You don't have to do this alone. And remember, it's not over until you win. We're winners here. So, and check this out. First of all, as always, thank you so much for joining me, because you could have been doing anything. There's so much that you could be doing on a Saturday. But, you're answering that question that I always keep bringing us back to. Where are you going to be this time next year? Do you know most people don't ever think about that? And if you don't ever think about that, where in the heck are you going to be? If you're lucky, you'll be right where you are today. But in a lot of cases, you end up even in a worse place because now you're older, right? And that brings me to this protein shake. You know, I just got finished training. You gotta work out, guys. I'm 50 years old. I realize the importance of health. And all of this means nothing if you don't have your health, right? I took some notes about that I wanna share with you. You know, there's a saying, health is wealth. Sir Richard Branson said that fitness was a key to success in his business. Then you got people like Mark Zuckerberg. He talks about the importance of fitness. Mark Cuban. So, you know, and here's the thing. It's easy to lose sight of your fitness because of everything that we're doing out here. We're out here hustling. We're working class hustlers. But you gotta put that first, okay? Now, we talked about some famous people that you know. We're going to talk about another one here. His name was Steve Jobs. You know him. Built one of the most influential companies in the world. He died young. And you know, later in his life, he talked about how he wishes he would have given his health more consideration. So we need to learn from some people who are much better than us and make sure that we put our health first. So if anybody has any comments on that, share it with the family. We need to encourage each other. Health is very important. And none of this stuff matters if we don't have it. And like I was saying, I really want to thank you for joining me. You could have been binge watching Netflix, doing anything, but you decided to do something today that's going to put you in a better place tomorrow. And another thing on that before we start getting down to the nitty gritty. Remember, this is how you're spending your time. There's an analogy that I like. Time is like an escalator and the stairs are just rolling, right? And they just rolling. And while you're standing there watching time roll, watching this escalator, these stairs just disappear, time is not on your side. But the minute you step on that escalator, all of a sudden you start going somewhere. And now time is working with you. And remember, guys, time, there really is no such thing as time. If you want to get all into quantum physics and really get deep, that's just our perception of, you know, that's how we mark things off and kind of keep track of things. But that's all part of the universe. Okay? The universe doesn't care what you want. It doesn't care what you say. All it does is do things according to law, right? So you're going to get out what you put in. It's not, it has nothing to do with what you saying you want, what you profess that you want. You get out what you put in, what you reap, what you sow. Okay. So we're approaching it from that standpoint. And you know, I'm a preacher. That's what I do. So you got to remember, guys, this Amazon thing is really not that hard. And we're here to talk about Amazon, but Amazon is just a platform that we're using. Okay. This is what we're doing together, working class hustlers. This is bigger than Amazon, believe it or not. If you could imagine something, you being a part of something that's bigger than Amazon. All you're doing is providing value to the marketplace. Okay. It could be Amazon. It could be any other platform. And someday it may be some other platform for you. So, you know, just make sure you got your mind right and understand what you're doing. What you're doing is adding value to the marketplace. Okay. So before we get going, does anybody have any questions? I'm going to take a few questions before we get into some of the latest news of the day. Anybody have any questions? I guess not. So, as always, I like to qualify myself and make sure that I'm the guy that you want to be listening to. That's very important. People talk about being transparent. That's what being transparent is. I'm not here to pretend that I'm somebody that I'm not. I don't need to pretend that I'm some big guy. I got all these followers. No, I got you. And that's what I got. I got you, and that's enough. You give me the energy to do what I do. This is about me and you. And in our world, I am an Amazon speaker. But not only am I a speaker, I'm also known in the FBA world as the Amazon preacher. I'm here to teach you, which means we're going to take it a little bit deeper. And the first thing we're going to do is get going. And let me share my... Oh, somebody had a question. Oh, that's a good question. Sonia is asking, did my sales drop with the corona epidemic? We're gonna look at my screen right now, and I'll answer that. And we're gonna get into all of that corona when we get into the news. Everybody ready? This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace. Live. Let's go. Let me show my screen here. Hold up, gang. All right. So that was a good question. And that may be affecting some people, but here we are in my back office, and we'll start. This is the balance that's in my account right now. My most recent payment that just came, and then today, as you can see, is March the 7th. The year is 2020. I'm going to refresh my screen here. Oh, got a couple more orders. So we've had 11 sales today, and in the last 7 days, we've had 173, 15, we had 355, 30 days, we've had 623, and look at this number right here. Some of you guys, actually, everybody in here follows me. You know that I tend to stay around the 11, 12-ish in terms of thousands of dollars in revenue that I do for my running 30-day period. And you notice anything about this number? Who notices? Somebody put in the chat what we notice about this number for my running 30-day total. Has anybody noticed that something happened? Something's different? Well, you know what? That's right. Sonia says it's up. By the way, guys, I was having like a 40-second delay on all of my thank you, Sheila. Yes, it's more. And it's good you put that in all caps because it's very exciting. But I was having a delay on my live stream. So you would type a comment and it'd take like 40 seconds before I get it. I made a change, and hopefully things are gonna move a little bit more, but actually I mean a little quicker. I should be able to have better interaction with you. So we're supposed to be live here. I really don't want a tape delay, if you will. But yeah, we're creeping up towards 15,000, and so the coronavirus has not affected me. I don't think that that's what's really going on with it. Now, obviously, it's going to depend on what you're selling. But I sell the same things that I always sell, and we're going to get into some of those here in a minute. But let's see here. Let's go into some news. And of course, a lot of it has to do with the coronavirus. But here's what Amazon has to say. Important notice regarding price gouging As you are aware, we are experiencing a global health crisis due to the coronavirus. With increasing customer demand for critical safety products, we have seen examples of egregious pricing from third-party sellers in our store. Price gouging is a clear violation of our policies, unethical, and in some cases illegal. As a result, we are suspending seller accounts and removing all listings from sellers who engage in price gouging in violation of the Amazon Marketplace fair pricing policy. We encourage you to audit your prices to avoid this problem. So Amazon is taking this serious. Let me know in the comments if you know of anyone, or has Amazon contacted you. I don't know if anybody's selling those types of items, whether it be hand sanitizer, masks, or what have you. What else? In the news, can coronavirus spread through your Amazon packages? I don't know if anybody was worried about that, but the Surgeon General, Jerome Adams, says there is no evidence right now that the coronavirus can be spread through mail. So I don't know what you might have heard. Let me know in the comments. That's what I'm reading and sharing with you in the news. Amazon employee in Seattle has confirmed case of coronavirus, and there's an article on that, but the bottom line is, let's see what happened. He left work February 25th due to illness, and the company said that they were informed he contracted the virus. And the guy's staying at home, and anybody who was near him was told about it, whatever. So yeah, this is something that we're dealing with, guys, but don't panic. We've had to deal with stuff like that before. And you know what? I tell you what, give me a second, and I'm gonna look at something here. Just some things that have happened. Back in 2000, some of you might remember Y2K. 2001, some people may remember anthrax. 2002, West Nile virus. 2003, SARS. 2005, bird flu. 2006, E. coli. 2009, swine flu. 2014, Ebola virus. 2016, Zika virus. We've had to deal with this stuff before, guys. We'll be all right. You know, some people just like this type of drama. They like the stress and the worry because that's what they live for, whatever. We'll get through it. Sonia's asking, is there a delay with your shipment being posted to your account? I think what you mean is there a delay in them receiving the inventory and having it available? Is that what you're asking? Just let me know, and that way I can be clear. Oh, okay, you said yes. I have not seen a delay. I have, there's always a lag time with them anyway, but I have not seen anything increase as a result of that. So, tell you what I'm going to do. We've had enough news, so I'm going to close that, and let's see. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get us into tactical arbitrage. Just give me a second. I want to take a look at something real quick, guys. just hang tough. I got to get better with this. Okay, so now we're going to get into tactical arbitrage. Now, here's what it looks like when you get to the screen. And I just like to show this for those who may not have the software yet. I think everybody here is familiar with the software. But I still like to go over particularly the pricing, because this is the package that you're most likely going to take. That's the online arbitrage package. And when we look at the plan, I don't know if you want to pay the whole amount up front, where it would come out to $70 a month. You're probably going to go monthly. It's going to be $89. They have gone down on the price. That is cheaper than what I pay. Okay, because I have an older version of the program, but you could look at everything, that you get. And of course, you get a 7-day free trial. If you have not tried that, sign up under me. The link is in the description. And we'll get you an extra 3 days on that. And if you stay with the program under me, I will make sure that we get you some one-on-one coaching if you need that. I'll probably it'll be no problem for me to at least once a month be able to get you some one-on-one coaching with myself. Guys, at the time, I have time for that, And anybody that has worked with me knows it's nothing for me to get on the phone with you, share my screen. I have time for that right now. But remember, okay? Remember this number right here? You see how this number keeps going up? That's the level that I'm at right now. So if you're thinking about working with me, if you're thinking about getting on board, now is the time. Okay? I'm just like Amazon. I'm not trying to price gouge, but I tell you what, as I continue to get better and as my worth gets better, my price is going to reflect that. Get on with me now if you're thinking about it. So what I want to do now, I want to see if I can get in. Now I got a couple of searches active, and I got all types of results in here that I didn't clean out yet. I just said, you know what? I'm going to leave them for now. We may need them. Give me a second, guys. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to start a reverse search. Okay. To me, that's one of the most powerful tools that the software has. There's a lot of stuff this software can do. I mean, I was just talking to Jim about it yesterday. The fact is, they don't charge enough for this. They really don't. I mean, there's just so much that this stuff can do. You really need to get on board with this if you're serious. I hate, especially, I like working with new people, and I don't like them having more than what they need. But this is one that's a worthwhile investment. So if you're thinking about it, you don't have to have it, guys. I was doing $3,000 to $6,000 in revenue on Amazon with no software, just going to the sites, finding one that I really like and just learning that site and working with it. You can do it. But if you really want to take it to the next level, tactical arbitrage is the way to go. That's why we're getting into this before we really get into what this video is about, which is me showing you some more products that I sell. But what you would do is go into reverse search, and right now it's on basic. That doesn't give you enough options, in my opinion. So you come over to advanced. Right now, I have the cache set for 5 days. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna move that to 10 days. Now, here where you see live only, that means if you would just leave it on live only, that means that everything that the software is looking at would be fresh, because you got to understand there are so many other people doing searches. So if there's something that meets your criteria and it's already been searched in the last 3 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, 1 day, 3 day, if it's already been out there, the software can already grab it and kick it out to you, and you'll get a much faster search. So I'm going to leave it at least, I would say 5 days or even 3 days would be okay. I'm doing 10 days because this is an example for us and I want us to have some results rather quickly. So if you just said cache only, then you wouldn't get anything saved, okay? Any of the saved data. Also show title image matches. That's important. That should be on. That means the software, it's trying to match products. And this is another level that the software can use to match the results out there. Okay. Now, let's move over to this section. Over here, this is where you say what you're searching for. You can scan bestsellers, and that's the difference between a reverse search versus just a regular product search. A product search starts with a store. You're at Target, Walmart, Kohl's, Best Buy, and from there you're looking for what that particular store has. This says don't start with the store, go right to Amazon. I want the best sellers in, say, we're gonna say what are we gonna? We're gonna say toys and games for now. But I don't have to do best sellers. I can do most wished. I can do movers and shakers. Hold on, I got a question. Let's see. Michael Henderson says, "Hi, I've seen reverse search done uploading ASINs. Are you familiar with that? Just trying to understand the benefit, if any." Okay, that's a great question, Mike. Okay, let's say you got a whole ton of ASINs, Amazon ASINs, in a particular category or whatever, and you wanted to reverse search those. So let me give you an example. Let's say you were stalking someone's storefront. Okay, people do that. And you were able to pull all of the Amazon ASINs from that person's store. Then you would upload those into reverse search. You see, watch my, see where it says import bulk codes? You would click this and then you would upload a whole, what do you call it? The type of file that is like an Excel file. It could be a CSV, comma delimited, however you separate them. But as long as you have that ASIN, then you can tell the system to do a reverse search again on your criteria, and then see what if you could source some of those products. Now, there are people that give you certain ASINs. You can, in other words, you can purchase a list of bulk ASINs that, and then right away, the system knows exactly what products you're trying to source based on the ASIN. That can be very powerful if you want to get into that. You don't have to have it, but that's what that's all about. And some people get into that. You might try it once and then decide you want to get into that. So I hope that answers your question. Let me know. So, and also, if there's anybody that does not know what movers and shakers are, let me know. But if you go best sellers, toys and games, level 1 is going to take you like 300,000 of the top toys and games. Now, if you go a little deeper, see how you can go into, when you say toys and games, you can go deeper. You can go dolls and accessories. You can go hobbies. You can go party. So if you went puppets, I think that's going to take you like 3,000 down into puppets. Okay? But we're not going to do that. We're just going to do the whole thing. Of course, we're sourcing from the U.S. You can source from other countries if you're into that. Here you can do your quick. Say you had up to 100 ASINs, you can put them in there. That's not giving the software a lot to work with. You can do your quick keyword search. I like doing that. For example, I sell Hamilton Beach. I sell certain brands, Nike shoes or whatever, and I can just type that in and let the system scan for those products. I like that, but that's not what we're doing right here. So we'll click this back on. Of course, you can save your filters. You can save the search. It's not a bad idea to save your search, because when you look in the search manager, it kind of helps when you can look and know exactly what that search was about. And also, here's another thing. When you complete your search, you can actually save it and then schedule it so that you could have it on a certain day of the week, a certain time or whatever. That search automatically starts. That's pretty neat, isn't it? And so then we get into our adjustments. On toys and games, I have a 6% sales tax because I'm in Pennsylvania. And remember, that was automatically filled because it's going to default to the last search criteria that you gave. Okay. Here you can remove certain ranks. Anything over 200,000, I don't want. Now, let me tell you a little bit about that. Sometimes you'll get frustrated because you're not getting the results that you want. You're not getting enough results. Searches are going like super quick and there's nothing you can work with. You need to go pretty broad on that. 200,000, some people don't want to work with that. They're thinking, oh, I don't want anything over 30,000 or 50,000. Baby, that's not how the game works, okay? You got to give yourself enough. You got to give the software enough to bite on and give you a bunch of results. And then from there, you can pare down from your on screen. When you're looking at your search results, you can filter out certain things that you don't want then. Okay. Remove if estimated sales is less than. Same thing. I still look at products. Now, if you want that to use all these filters, that's fine, but you're not going to get a lot of results. I'm just telling you. Remove if number of sellers is less than or more than. Hey, what's going on, Will? You made it. Hey, don't be sorry. I was late getting started. So, but yeah, remove if the number of sellers is less than and more than. That may be something you want to use. I don't like using that because I don't really care how many sellers there are. Some people don't like it if there's too many sellers. Remember, it's not just the number of sellers. It's the number of FBA sellers for us because we do Amazon FBA. You might have 15, 20 sellers and only 3 of them are FBA. But if you say you don't want more than 2 sellers, then you're going to miss out on that. You see what I'm saying? Remove if the number of competitive FBA sellers is more than. Here we go again. To me, that doesn't matter. Some people are always looking for, they're saying, hey, I want something where there's not a lot of people on. Here's a bit of advice for you that's very important. You might see a lot of people on a listing at the time you were looking at it. It doesn't stay like that. People move on. And this is Amazon sellers tend to be copycats. So they'll all move to where they're all going and leave that listing. And I'm telling you, anybody that knows me, works with me, all of a sudden, things that have been sitting out there, all of a sudden will sell because follow the leader, monkey see, monkey do. Everybody ran to something else, to whatever's the new trend or whatever, because they don't know how to think for themselves. And you're left with the buy box to yourself. Remove oversized products. I don't do that because there's money in oversized. A lot of people don't want to do it because it's a pain in the butt. But that's what's going to separate you from the pack. Okay? If you're trying to do this easy, you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of people that want to do it easy. So remove out of stock products. I don't do that because even when it's out of stock, I want a chance to consider it. It gets logged into my memory. I may save it to look at later. I can find a way to get notification when it does come in stock. I still want it. Remove if Amazon contains no weight or size data. That's not a bad one to click on because a lot of times you don't want to try and figure it out and then find out later once Amazon inventories it, you know, the dimensions and this and that is knocking you out of the profit, you know, is taking out your profit margin. So if Amazon has no weight or size data, you're going to have to estimate. Now, don't turn it on. And if what you're considering is, say, a tumbler or a shaker cup, you can get that information because they're all pretty much the same size. So that's up to you. Because it depends on what the product is, whether or not that's a big issue. Okay. So then let's see, we'll close that down. Cost and fees. If you're using a prep center, that's what a lot of this comes down to. Cost per pound to ship to Amazon approximately. I would put that for me around 50 cents. Sometimes most of the time I leave it blank, but for this, I'm going to put it in there. And then we go into, if you want a gross profit, I like to have at least $5. And I usually like at least 30%. So I'll put that on 30, but I play around with that. Okay. Out of stock. You can also show Amazon out of stock results because you might find a product that nobody has on Amazon. Look in the history. Hey, this was kicking butt. My keeper graph just cuts off because at a certain point, nobody had it anymore. But when it was in stock, there was a lot of volatility. So then you could go only show Amazon out of stock results. You're not going to get as many results, but if you want to run that, and then you're really helping the marketplace when you focus on that, because now you're saying, you know what, let me concentrate on bringing products to the market that people are looking for, and it's no longer available. So once you got that going, all you got to do is hit search, and now you're focused on this section. You should see this come, and that'll start to populate. It's already check-in. It's already moving. Look, 2 products already added. So we're going to let that go. And I want to talk to you a little bit about competition. You know, I'm always studying in order to get better. And one of the things that I needed to get straight on, anybody who's followed me for any length of time, you know, I hate people. Well, historically, I really I had a certain disdain for people who tank the price. And the reason is obvious. You know, there's no reason to do it. We can all make money, and Amazon will rotate the buy box between all of us pretty much equally, there's no reason to tank the price. You're not helping your cause or anyone else's. You know, if we all had Porsches and we started selling these Porsches for the price of a Chevy, you know what would happen? All of a sudden, the Porsche just isn't a Porsche anymore. Because if Porsche allowed dealerships to just tank the price, there are dealers that would do that. And that devalues. But I've had to take another look, and I want you to take another look at that situation. And here's what I mean by that. When you got, let's say you have a listing and you had it set at a certain price, it's not moving, you go out there and you're like, man, why is this guy tanking the price? You know, there could be different reasons for that. Instead of getting upset, which is what I would do, start using your mind. Maybe that seller knows something that you don't know. You don't know why he's doing it. Use your mind and learn how to manipulate that. There are ways to manipulate what's going on with that. Let me give you an example. Let's say there were 3 or 4 of you FBA sellers, and you see this going on, and you might lower your price by a penny, then they lower their price by a penny, then you lower your price. Then all of a sudden, you might go back up, and what you'll find is they're in a trance following you, and you can actually bring them back up, you know. So that's just an example, but the point I'm making is always use whatever's going on as an opportunity for you to get better. You might need to learn, you might need to reconsider, you might need to get better, because there's money being made out here. And, you know, you don't know, you don't have all the answers, but if you start to study, you can learn them. So I just wanted to put that out there. Let's see. Before I get into a little deeper here, did anybody have any other questions? Let me take a look at what's going on out here. Looks like we haven't lost anybody. Yeah, Sonia said sometimes you have to lower the price and sell out to prevent storage fees. Are you saying you figured out your storage fees and they're so high that you're going to end up losing money if you get charged a fee? Or what's giving you that idea? Because I don't really think the fees are all that high, depending on what you're selling. But you know what? Maybe that's something we need to talk about. Maybe next week we can talk about fees. And usually if I talk about fees, I'm talking about Amazon fees as far as, you know, what they're charging you to ship the product and all of that kind of stuff. But I don't really talk about storage fees. You know what? We'll do that. That's probably something we need to talk about because, okay, so you're talking about your 6-month storage fees, or, you know, long term, I guess that's what they call that. Yeah, we need to look at that because that could be important. Personally, I don't really look at it. So maybe I'm losing money. I gotta look into that. So thank you. That's a good question. And you see how you force me to get better? Because you got questions that I don't always have the answers to. So anyway, now let's look over some of the items that I sold. Okay. Give me a second here, because I'm on the wrong. Okay. So check this out. This is a Mixie Baby 2-pack 4-ounce bottles. This is what that item looks like on Amazon. You can see $34.94. Mine actually sold for $39.95. So here's what I'm telling you about that. This is a perfect example. You do not have to be the cheapest. Amazon will still rotate. And this is the reason why I used to get ticked off, because people would be tanking the price and it's unnecessary. So here's my revenue calculator so that we could see what I made on that. Sold it for $39.95, cost me about 50 cents to get it in. Sold it for a cost of product to me, $24.37. I made $5.74 at 14, almost 14 and a half margin on that. Okay. Oh yeah, and Sonya's saying cubic size in the warehouse. So yeah, we'll get into that. That's a very good topic that we need to go over. Let's see. And if this item seems familiar, this is a product that I actually sourced with one of my coaching clients. And what I want to say about that is this. I would never, when you get into my coaching, I would never steer you towards a product that I wouldn't buy myself. And here's the proof of that. I put my money where my mouth is. If you want coaching with me, think of it as, hey, there's a fisherman out there who's winning championships, and you say, hey, let's go fishing together. And that's pretty much what we do. We figure out how many fish do you want? And basically you watch me fish and give all the fish to you based on what you wanted. So I don't know. But the whole time you're learning because you're in the boat with me watching me fish. I'm a better fisherman than you. That's why you hired me. We're making sure that we go out and do the fishing at the intervals that we need in order for you to get your monthly catch. It's too easy, guys. Oh, and let me tell you something else. Another thing that came to me. Make sure, if you've been doing this for a while, make sure every now and then you go over some of your old ASINs. A lot of times we forget about products that we used to sell that were really good movers for us, and for whatever reason, maybe what'll happen is you were replenishing it, and then all of a sudden you couldn't replenish anymore because it went out of stock or whatever, and you forgot all about it, and maybe it's back in stock again. Nobody's really selling it, and you could go back to that product. So remember that as a tip. And now we're going to go back to another product. This is a quick curl travel hair setter. I mean, this isn't something I really know about, but I actually found this at Ollie's. That's one of my favorite places to do retail arbitrage. And you can see that I sold it for $23.99. I bought them for $8.47. And I'm going to tell you something else. They showed signs of a little wear on the box. I didn't let that scare me. You know what I did? I polybagged it, shrink wrapped it. That way it looked nice. And sold it for $23.99. And I made $6.46. I mean, that's not a bad proposition, right? To spend $8.47 with tax, and at the end get back that $8.47 plus the $6.46. That's a 27% margin on that. Okay. So let's take a look and see, did we get any more sales today? Oops. I gotta refresh. Sign in again. Hold on. It'll kick you out after so long. There's always something with this. And look at, now we're up to 13 sales today. 306. So yeah. This whole whatever coronavirus, it's not really affecting me. If anything, and I would never believe it, but the only thing I've seen is my sales go up. There's no way I would say that that's due to the virus, but whatever. Oh, let me show you something else. So here's that search, that reverse search that we started. There's already been 11 products added, but let me show you something. See this shirt right here? And of course, if you don't know, most of you guys know, the reason you see the rank and stuff right here in a nice box that you can just look at is because I use a free tool, Chrome extension called Scanalyze. But check this out. You see this hummingbird? That, watch what you can do with this. You can click on that, and right there you get the keeper graph. Well, you already got that, right? If you're like me, that's already showing. Hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 second. But yeah, you already got your keeper chart live, so that's not important. But check this out. You can click this, and right away, it's going to bring up your tactical edge. Now I've talked about tactical edge before, right? Now, of course, in this case, this is probably a private label product. How do I know? Because there's only one person selling it. And who is it? It's the same people that make the shirt, right? Magzamin or McCombson or whatever it is. So that's not a good example of the results that you want. But I wanted to show you that little tool. All you do is just go to Google and type in, well, here, let me see. Hummingbird extension. And then all the results are not going to be that, but you're going to come to the keeper extension. See where it says tactical arbitrage? And that's just another tool that you could have, right? Once you, it's free. It needs to work with tactical arbitrage, of course. And you got to be logged in to your TA account for it to work. But, you know, if you like tools, and a lot of us do, I'm probably going to get this shirt for myself. I like these. Nice button up to wear to work or something like that. Oh, I got a question from Sonia. Do you see a difference in the prepping requirements for FBA? I haven't seen anything. Did you see something? Did something change? you might be talking about like where as you're progressing through the prep screens, it's saying you need more poly bag, you need more whatever it may be, bubble wrap or something. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I haven't noticed it, but I got to tell you, I do a lot of replenishables, and that's what this business, guys, that's what this is really built on. Okay? This business is really built on getting your replens together. You know, it's a lot of work finding products, and that's fine. You can put the work in. If you really want to do this, you're going to have the energy to do it. But to really start to build and really have that momentum going, it's the replens. I got certain products. As soon as they hit the warehouse, Amazon's ready. They can see it coming. They know from their history and their algorithms and everything that they're using. They know how quick they're going to move. They know how their market wants it. And I'm telling you, as soon as it hits, it's gone. Because they know you have the history. That's another reason that, and that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. You know, replens are so important. Let me see. Is there anything I want to talk about? Something else on my notes. So give me a second here. And then we're gonna move on. And by the way, is there anybody who is not connected? Anybody in this chat right now that is not in my phone? Okay, if you're not in my phone, we are not connected. I'm 50 years old. I'm not one of these cyber kids. And ooh, look, I got so many friends on Facebook. If you ain't in my phone, no, we ain't friends. And it costs you absolutely nothing. You know what? Give you an example. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I set up a live stream. The notifications aren't going out. Some people knew because we're connected. Okay? I'm a regular guy just like you. I don't need to try to pretend that I'm some big guru that don't have time for you, that don't want to connect with you, that's not accessible to you. I'm a real person, and if I'm better than you, then you owe it to yourself to get connected, because you're going to have to start surrounding yourself with the thinking that's thinking better than you. I have to do it. I'm going to stay exactly where I'm at, because the thinking that got me here does not possess the thinking to take me further. So even me, I have to make sure I get around some kind of way. I got to connect with people that are better than me. This is how you do it, right? Get connected. And the people who were connected to me, they knew when I was going live. Oh. I don't know what I did here. I clicked something and my flashlight came on. Okay, let's see. Info says you are doing a great job at simplifying this. Thank you so much. That means a lot. We are 1 hour in, guys, and I mean, I'm having a good time. So if you have any questions, let me know. But I take notes during the week for us to consider for our benefit, and I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. No, I think I got it. I may come back to it later. and remember something. Tell you what, we're going to look at another product, and then we're going to go to our community. We're going to look at what's going on our channel, guys, okay? Actually, let me look at something here. Okay, good. So we looked at that. We looked at that. What else we got? Oh, look at this. Here's what this product is. It is a Surface Sync Caddy. You can see the rank. When you see that kind of rank, you already know what you're dealing with, guys. Look at. I paid $12.99. I sold it for $27.98. And I ended up making $6.75, 24% markup. Okay? So, like I said, I'm not here to make this difficult. I'm telling you, and I'm going to keep on telling you. This Amazon stuff really ain't that hard. You buy low, you sell high. Okay? You take your margin and you keep on moving. Now, I've said it a million times. I love you all. Some of you are here just to take in information. That's none of my business. My business is to give you what you came for. Okay? So you got to make sure you grab me. If I'm not giving you what you want, you got to say, hey, Horace, give me what I came for. You know, whatever that may be. And I'm telling you, I got people hitting me up all the time. And you know what they're saying? They're saying, hey, Horace, you said if I text the words working class hustler, you're going to connect with me. Well, working class hustler, here I am. Give me what I came for. I want a connection. And they're getting that connection. But I think it's very important to let you guys know, hey, look, if you're just here to consume content, that's wonderful, because some people just like knowing stuff. They like to study. Everybody that goes to school to learn something doesn't always put that vocation into practice or whatever it may be. You are well within your rights to just consume information. But if you're saying you want to do this and you're not getting it done, let me repeat that. If you're saying that you want to actually do this business and you're not getting it done, get your finger out your booty and start doing this. Get connected with me and let's get going. You got to put the work in. And nobody cares about you wanting to do something. You're going to get back what you put in. And that's all there is to it, guys. I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. I'm here to help you. But if you're saying that you actually want to do this, you got to do it. Ain't no excuses. Remember who you talking to. You're talking to a truck driver, a guy with kids, a house. Okay, I got other stuff that I got to do. And I don't come up with excuses. I did 10 years active duty in the military, went to combat. And you know, one of the things we used to ask, it was a rhetorical question, what's the maximum effective range of an excuse? Of course, it's 0 meters. So I don't want to hear it. And let me tell you, there are a lot of good excuses that you can have. Maximum effective range, goose egg. I don't care how good it is. Okay, I got plenty of stories that I have not shared with you guys yet. Okay, but if you want to talk about having legitimate excuses to not get going, oh, I got plenty of them. Maybe one day I'll share them. But I'm talking, you know, dealing with death of family members, health issues, you know, everything else. I got every excuse in the book, but the excuses ain't gonna get me nowhere. So let's see here. Oh, and speaking of which, for those who want to make that investment, sometimes you hear me talking about a course, a 12 module video course that I have on Udemy. Look at the price of that. Okay. It's not much. And let me tell you why. Because I like to focus on beginners. And I don't think that, the beginner doesn't have a lot of money a lot of times to be putting out for this. This price ain't going to stay here forever, guys. I'm telling you. But that's something if you would like to invest in yourself. We've sold it to I think we got 25 people. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Transparency. I don't need to pretend to you that, we've sold so many hundred. Nope. 24, 25 students. Here's the reach of those students. You look at this map, you're talking 9 countries, 5 languages. So people, are consuming the course. So if you want to make that investment, it's available for you. And like I said, if you want to make the investment, it's up to you. I'm doing this. This is what I love about what I do, guys. I'm doing it. So I'm not depending on you buying my course or you doing this or doing that. If you want to invest, great. If you want to, one of the best things you could do for me right now is hit the like button. One of the best things you could do is leave me a nice comment. Share this video with someone. Subscribe. I think everybody out here is subscribed already. But if you somehow came across me and you're getting value right now and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. That's how you really help me, And then, of course, if you decide that you want to use the software, Tactical Arbitrage is wonderful software. We've put out, this is probably, what video is this, Jim? 112 or whatever it may be. And if you decide to sign up, you say, hey, you know what? All this content Horace gave, I'll sign up under him. And then I'll tell Tactical Arbitrage, hey, give Horace some money. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to do that for me, of course, I appreciate it. But always remember, guys, I'm doing this. This is what I do before I go to work. And then when I come home from work, this is what I do. And it ain't going to stop. I was doing it before I started this channel, and I'm going to keep on doing it. Although the channel, I love you guys. I ain't going nowhere. Speaking of channel, let's go into our channel. Oh, look, we're up to 572 subscribers. This is how you help me. Let's get this channel up to 600. All right. Quit being selfish and tell other people about this. There are people in your life that would want to do this. Let them see what you're doing. Turn them on to me, and let's grow the working class hustlers. But let's shout out some of our recent subscribers. Joe KW Power, Ate Air Arcian. I don't know. Cranky Panky, you've been there for a while. William Steele. I can't pronounce this. Mr. JB73. Mohammed Manraj. Exclusives. AME Com. You're on with me live. I know you. Drew the BK Boy. Brian Schiffer. Supreme. Faith Aikman, Simone Lloyd Jones, Jay Sanders, Chase. So I want to say thank you for subscribing. That's important. And you give me the energy, the reason, the purpose, everything that I'm doing. So thanks so much. Let's just look over our analytics. And views are up. Look at how many views our channel got. Look at, we're up over 1,000 more than usual. Watch time, 222 hours more than usual. Subscribers, 15 more than usual. This is letting me know that what I'm doing is making a difference. Okay. Now let's do this. Let's go look. Well, give me 1 second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the results of the reverse search that we're doing. It's not much out there, so we may not see anything. Let's see. All right, guys. So here's how we do it. We're going to go in. And while it's searching, there's 18 products out there right now. We're going to go view that data. And of course, I like it. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave it where it is right now. It's saying 18 out of. Now these are results that I already had out there. So, but I tell you what. This Cards Against Humanity. Have you ever played that? I'm going to try to take it over to basic. And what may happen, I may lose some of those products. See how now there's only 2? And that's because of the filters that I got set. Now, if you notice, it's only showing 2 people as far as source. So we're going to select all of those. Then we're going to unselect eBay because I don't really like those results. I don't really do a lot of shopping at eBay. I will source at eBay, but most of the time I'm not. Okay, and then for the category, we'll leave that. Let's apply this and see what happens. Okay, now it looks like we're showing 8 products, right? So like the way I like to do it, right away, I'm looking at how much I'm going to have to pay with tax. And see your breakdown. Let me look at something real quick before I. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm looking at what it sells on Amazon. I'm looking at what the profit would be, the return on investment, estimated monthly sales. To me, that's more important than rank because rank can be influenced by a lot of things. You can have a product that's not doing anything in terms of sales, and the rank is moving based on its relation to other products in that category. So don't get too caught up in rank. Is you using that as well as other things to, as far as just data that can help you make a decision, but don't just rely on it. Now here you got your restrictions, and that's an extension running. And you see, we don't even need to move any further if we're not approved, and I'm probably not. But here I would request approval, and nope, I'm not. You see what, when they're asking for all of that, you can forget it. But in a reverse search, remember, you didn't just search one store. So the software is saying, hey, you can get this product at Barnes and Nobles. You can get it at not Amazon, but you can get it at this store, game nerds. Okay. Same thing with Monopoly. I'm probably not approved for that because I think is that Hasbro or something? Let's see what happens. Nope. See, they don't play around. And you can actually exclude some brands if you don't even want them coming up. But I don't do that because you know what? One day you will get approved. So these aren't really matching. This is an Aladdin lunch napkin. This is a whole set. So let's see what we got here. Oh, Lord. Now, there's no way I'm buying this. And you only got 2 monthly sales, too? Forget about it. But remember. Oh, welcome back, Will. The search is still going on. So, I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll look at some other stuff. Let me sort through from here. Let's see. I can change my filters. Watch this. Let's do it like this. We're going to go out to the search manager. And that's where I can look at all the searches that I've had going. Now here is queued, but we can go to completed. Let's see. This was a completed reverse search in the category everything else. Now that's not a category that I normally deal in, but I was like, you know what? Let me see what comes up in that. Let me take a question real quick. Brian says, hey Horace, do you do any private label products at all? No, I don't. Years ago, I did. That was years ago. I come from the supplement industry, and I don't do much with that anymore, but I had a product that I brought out. Actually, I had a couple products. They were dealing with supplements. I brought those out in 2012, 2013 back then. I had a break from Amazon for a few years, but I did have, they didn't do all that well. So, look at this. Rice Krispies treat a heart kit. Now, I probably wouldn't look at this because this was for Valentine's Day. So watch. For example, what we're going to do in this case, see, that don't even have no rank. Forget about it. But here's the thing. We're going to go for the year. And it looks like this product was selling back in April. We're looking at the price. Actually, you know what? This product sells. Looks like all year. I'm not sure if I see a lot of volatility on it, though. You see a lot of your volatility around February. But we'll look at it just for the sake, just to go through. Hey, James G, don't worry about it, man. You're late. I was late. We all get tied up. I'm just glad you're here. So anyway, we'll check our restrictions. We got none. Supposed to be $5.98. This is showing tax, although I wouldn't have to pay that on cereals. So we're just looking at the site. It's out of stock. We move on. You see how quick you move through this stuff? You don't even want to spend any more time, obviously, if they ain't got it. Okay. This is a puzzle. Estimated sales is good, rank is good, profit is decent. Spend, 18 bucks and keep $8. Check your restrictions. Let's see. No restrictions. Is it really out there? It's gone. So you see, this is important, guys. Think. Oh, it's okay. I think my dog wants to say hi. Come here. Did you want to say hi? Oh boy. Huh? Did you want to say hi? Huh? You want to do some arbitrage? All right. So anyway. Yeah, the thing I wanted to talk to you about was this. If you're a working class hustler and you got all these fancy tools and you got all of this stuff that works for you, that takes so much of the weight away, that's all great. And I laugh about this because it's so true. I talk about it all the time. Once you learn that Amazon arbitrage works, whether it's retail, whether it's online, once you figure out it works, and you get excited, and then once the euphoria wears off, you know what you say to yourself? Boy, this is a lot of doggone work. It really is. And especially if you're a working class hustler, this is the reason why I offer coaching. And when I tell you I'm transparent, I mean I'm transparent. My coaching costs you $200 a month, and you get 4 coaching sessions with me. And the way it works is you tell me what you want your take home to be. We figure out how many products, how much you need to make per week to make your monthly goal. We have our sessions, and we don't stop until we find enough for you to make your weekly goals. That adds up, and that's how it works. And at some point, you got your momentum going, you say bye, and that's it. But I'm not one of these guys, $800, $1,000 for coaching. I don't have to do that. You're a beginner, and I got to earn my way before I start charging that kind of money. But I will tell you this, and anybody can vouch that works with me, we are all about results. And I offer this because I recognize all the work you put in, all the studying, everything you learn about these tools, all you doing at the end of the day is getting the same amount of work, but you're getting it distilled down. See, tactical arbitrage is that secretary that you say, hey, Jane, bring me all the files from such and such. And then she comes back with a huge pile, plops it on your desk and say, thank you. You still got to do work. It's been distilled down so that you can get down to the specific work, but it's still a lot of work. So you still may need some coaching. And one of the reasons that you may need it is because you look at this and you go, man, where am I going to find the time? But as soon as you sign up for some coaching, as soon as you get on a list, the list is only $50 a month. As soon as you get on those, and if you're interested in those, by the way, just text the words working class hustler to me. If we're already connected, you already know what to do. Text me like you would text anybody else. Hey, I want the coaching. Hey, I want to get on the list. Hey, I got tactical arbitrage under you. I need some coaching. You said you were going to give it to me. When? It's just that easy, guys. There's nothing complicated about it. Oh, there's no sales funnel. There's no, form to fill out. Not now. Now, eventually, all of those things will come into place. But now's the time if you want to get involved. But anyway, let me go back. Let's see. I think this is a Power Ranger we're looking at right here. Those are actually, they're not bad usually as far as being restricted. Let me see. I may be looking at the wrong thing though. Yeah, that might be the wrong thing. Now I'm looking at some older results. So a lot of this stuff may not be in stock anymore. I don't care. I still look. And here's the reason why. What I like about looking at old results is because when you do find something that's still in stock, because a lot of it won't be in stock. When you do find something in stock, now you got a longer period to really look and see what the product is doing. You know? Let's see. See, now here's an example. Here is a perfect example. This is an old result. We got no restrictions. Target still has it in stock. 2 left around where I live, but you can get it delivered. Now it only ships with $25 orders. Well, you're gonna get that. Now what we want to do, right? Because it's in stock, we have no restrictions. Now what you want to do, make sure that it's selling around that price or some price where you can make a profit. Now you're talking about a return on investment of almost 100% if it's available. So let's go. I'm sure there's going to be a variation. Now, you don't see any sales rank. Now it looks like, you had no stock from here all the way to here. I don't know why there's that gap like that, but look at, and your estimated monthly sale is only 1 a month, but you're not going to spend that much on the product. Okay. And when you got over 300 million people, trust me, somebody's going to want a Toy Story water bottle. I'm telling you, this is stuff you're going to learn from experience. Okay. This is a product that I would probably jump on. Another thing that you can look at, let's see here. When you got somebody with 18,301 ratings, do you think that person knows what he's doing? You think that person might know a little bit more than you? This is another thing that you are learning, guys, how to think, how to evaluate. Tactical arbitrage is not going to tell you this. You gotta, an event, you're going to get better. See, that's why you got me to guide you with this stuff. So anyway, at this point, and get this, nobody's FBA. This is a product that I would go for with no rank, with estimated sales at only 1. You know what? I tell you what, I'm going to most likely get this product myself, and then we're going to revisit it and see what happened. We need to put me to the test. Actually, you know what? This says a 30-day rank of 206,000. I don't know where they're pulling that information. Let me see something here. Let's go down into the description. And I don't see any rank. But they pulled it from somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I would get on that. Let me see. Any more questions, guys? We're going to start winding down here. Let's see. It looks like we've been on for an hour and a half. So let me know if there's something we need to cover. Let's see. I'm just taking a look here. We covered quite a bit. I think we pretty much got her covered. Let's see what else is going on here. Case of 6. See, now this is from a third-party seller. That I would not go with. And I told the system, I filtered that out. But what I noticed is tactical arbitrage doesn't filter out your third-party sellers at Walmart for whatever reason. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad deal. But we're kind of looking at some lower estimated monthly sales anyway. So yeah, guys, I think I'm just going to see if we can get this wrapped up. And I want to leave you with a little bit more on your mind. You know, I'm more about that than anything. The business, that's pretty much, you learn how to do that. That's great. But if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to be successful. So let me just tell you this before I wrap it up. Just remember, you're going to have some obstacles. You're going to have some problems. Remember, you're in business. Part of business is your wins and your losses. So do not approach this thinking that everything has to be perfect, that there can be zero risk. If you're a working class hustler, that would be ludicrous. Let me explain. You're going to come to tactical arbitrage. You're going to come to Amazon and approach this business afraid to pull the trigger because everything isn't perfect. That's the way you're going to approach this. But yet you turn around and go to work and punch a clock for a business where everything doesn't go right. Okay? Remember that. You're working a regular job. Think about the company that you work for. Does everything work out right? Or do they take a loss? There's a reason that there's a such thing in business as a profit and loss statement, because a successful business, or any business for that matter, experiences both profit and loss. So you have to understand, if you're going to do this, part of being in a successful business, part of it has to do with profit and loss. That's going to happen. You're going to learn. You learn more from your mistakes anyway. You don't really learn anything from success. You're going to have challenges. I talked about a little bit about that earlier. The challenge of trying to find a product, spending time, hours, and feeling like you're not coming up with anything. But every time you come up on a challenge, that's an opportunity for growth. Remember that. And it lets you know when you got a problem, it lets you know that you're doing something right. So you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing right now. So don't let that discourage you. You're going to feel bad about it at times. That's okay. And when you're done feeling bad, get back to work. Okay? And you know, it's funny because people want things to be easy. That's why they always fall for this. The gurus and the salesmen that are telling them it's going to be easy. No, it's not. I'm not here to tell you that it's going to be easy. I'm here to tell you that it's going to be a lot of work and it's worth it. I love doing this and putting the work in and then watching the results. So there are no guarantees, guys, I can tell you. But I will say this. I can guarantee you that I'm no better than you. And if you do the things that I do, in all likelihood, you're going to get the same type of success that I get. That's what I can guarantee you. So that's what I want to say. Let's see. And I think we can wrap it up. I think we're down to, let me see. We're down to 8 users, or viewers, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Hope you guys had fun. If anybody wants to see me dance, I'll dance. I don't think nobody want to see no 50-year-old man dancing. So I'll leave it at that, gang. We'll take one more look at my screen and see if maybe we got another sale in. Oh, we did. Don said, I do. But I did a refresh, and we're up to 14 orders today. So don't tell me that you can't do this stuff. I'm up here, and in the time that I'm sharing with you, I think I went from 9 sales up to 14. And that's the power of Amazon right there. You see that? I don't have to do anything with that. Amazon's going to do all the shipping, the customer service, and everything. This is how you leverage the power of a system. Okay? So we're going to put on some music. We're going to stretch it out. And we're going to do a little bit of jamming. Let me see if I can get mine. That's my theme song. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace. Respecting your mind, your time, most definitely your grind. I done showed you how to go out there and get that paper. It's time to get mine after I dance. Good night, everybody.